Hello, good day, everyone. I'm very excited to have you here today. This is going to be a brilliant presentation. I can tell you that because I find it, it's one of the best presentation I, put together. And there are a lot of reasons for this. I feel that we in Nigeria have to start to solve our problems. And to be able to do this, we need to start understanding what our problems really are and what are the the source of our problems. This presentation is designed to talk to you about really what the problems is. What are the Nigerian problems? It is not what people say. It is not what people think. It is the problems that we have in Nigeria is very fundamental, and these problems, nobody is solving them in Nigeria right now. Nobody is talking about it. Nobody wants to solve them. People don't even know these are the problems. So I want to use this opportunity to discuss this with you and discuss the solutions with you. And one of the things I'd like to say is this. This conversation today is based on a lot of interactions that I had, in the past, and I also had this interaction with Dr. Sunday Adelaja. And because this is a man that has a very clear vision on how to move a nation forward. So some of this conversation we're going to have today, also conversation that I've had with him in the past few months, and it is a unique way of looking at the problems. It's not just looking at problems and say, hey, this is the fault of that man, it's the fault of that man, it's the fault of that man. But it is also not looking at the nation and say, look, we are confused, we don't know what to do, because there's always a solution to all the problems. So let's get started. Curiously, my first slide is the difference between Americans and Nigerians, okay? I would like you to answer this question at the end of this presentation yourself. I'm not going to answer it for you, but at the end of this presentation, I would like you to answer it yourself, because you must have had enough information to be able to answer it yourself. This is a very important presentation, okay? So because of that, I'd like you to invite everyone you can to watch this presentation. It is going to be an eye-opener. And number two, we need to have, for those in Nigeria, the requirements, the bandwidth requirement is very, very small, because you see my picture is very small and the presentation doesn't take a lot of bandwidth. So, I mean, today you're going to spend maybe maximum 150 MB, 200 MB for this presentation. It's not going to be a big deal because of the Zoom software we're doing. Hopefully the sound is loud and clear. And if you can hear me loud and clear, just give me a shout out, give me a comment and say you can hear me. Last time we started, the sound was not very clear. So I want to know today if the sound is clear so that we can have a good conversation. So I see some of my great fans are here. I see Eziwa. Nice name. I see Woloja Tejumola, Nicholas, Lucky Edo. I see Don Maxi, Rafael. I see Rinda Guerrero. I wonder where that name comes from. And of course, my dear friend, Iye Utete. Nice to have you again. Fidelia and Oriyomin and Nota Gina. So we are all here today. So let's get this moving. Okay, nice to have you around. Okay. So Nigerians know words, but they don't have meanings to them. Okay, Nigerians know words, but they don't have meanings to them. You know, it sounds a bit confusing, but it is not a typo. So what I mean by that is that people know the words. People use a lot of words. This is what I discovered. Nigerians know a lot of words. That's why sometimes when you read articles from Nigerians, it is very difficult to understand sometimes, especially most of us who didn't grow up in Nigeria. We grew up learning American English, simple English. We call it simple English. We were taught especially to write simple English because you need to communicate with people. So now that way we use words. We were taught how to use words that it conveys very specific meanings. And secondly, these words, we have to know the meanings of these words, and they have to generate emotions, personal emotions when we hear these words. So for example, people know a lot of words in Nigeria. They use words, but they don't have meanings to them. So, you know, when I say have meanings to them, so somebody could say, you know, if you are from Edo State, and so if somebody could say, you know, it's a big cause. You know, people get angry about that because you say, people are very angry about that because it is, you know, it's not only a cause, but it's a cause to your mother and your father. Nobody likes their parents to be caused, okay? Although the cause doesn't mean anything, it just get you angry. But you go to a German and say to a German, the German will ask, what is he saying? Because for the German, it doesn't make any sense. But even the German can repeat it. You can teach a German to say it many times, but he is never going to say anything. The German will never read meanings to it because they're just words. So in our society, people use words like that. People just use words, and people don't have meanings to them. They don't read meanings to them. So therefore, a lot of things get lost in translation. A lot of things for national development, a lot of things that we move the nation forward, a lot of things that we make us wake up our consciousness just get lost there. We use the words, but we don't read meanings to it. It's like somebody that is called a honorable, that is a title, or somebody that is called excellency, or somebody that is called, what is that word again? Let's leave it at excellency, honorable, okay? Very important words. But this person is a crook. This person is a thief. How can you have an excellency who is a crook? Who's a thief? How can you have a honorable who is a crook? But so if you have a British person, a British man, or a German that has a honorable as a title, that person, there were a lot of things that person would never do because they are not honorable. You say, how can I do this? Because these are not honorable. But it's only in Nigeria you can have a bunch of people that are called honorables and then do daily dishonorable things because they don't read meanings. They don't have that word honorable doesn't mean anything to them. Okay, that's what I'm trying to explain, and it's very important to understand. All right, so I don't know if any of you know this man. If you know this man, then his name is Benedict Odiase. This is from Edo State. Odiase is an Ishaman. Benedict Odiase is an Ishaman. So I don't know if any of you know this man. If you know this man, then you are good. But if you don't know this man, then I'm going to explain to you who this man is. This man is a very important Nigerian, was a very important Nigerian. Unfortunately, the man is dead now. I don't know if any of you know this flower, what it is. This is also a very important flower in Nigeria. You know, a lot of people don't know what this flower is. A lot of Nigerians have not seen this flower before, but this flower is a very important flower in Nigeria, in the history of Nigeria. And I'm going to show you what it is. Okay? Just bear with me, you're going to understand what it is. All right. So what of this one? A lot of people know what this is. I think every Nigerian know what this is. Okay, so we're going to be talking about all these things. All these things, they are they have a similarity. They belong. They are very important to the topic we're going to be talking about today. So I want you to bear with me. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a blast. Okay. Now, this man, Pa Benedict Odiase, was born in 1934 and he died June 12, 2013. This man, he wrote the Nigerian national anthem called the Arise, O Compatriots. Okay, so that rings a bell now. Arise, O Compatriots. He's the author of that song. And it is a song that is sung, is sung every morning before the television opens and the radio opens in Nigeria. And at the end of the day, they sing it as well. I don't know if they still close the TV stations in Nigeria, but they used to do that. They would start in the morning and in the afternoon, and it would end around 11, 12 o'clock in the night, and they would sing the national anthem. And everywhere they go, they sing this national anthem. Okay. And so why is this important? Because it's very important. Because if you talk to the average Nigerian doesn't understand that Nigeria as a country, we had founding fathers. In America, there is this saying, they say, if you go to America, the Americans always talk about their founding fathers. They have founding fathers, so Washington, Wellington, all these guys. These guys were, the founding fathers of America. But what people don't realize is that in Nigeria, we had founding fathers. And these founding fathers, like many of them were not known. And many of them, they had very brilliant ideas. They had very good intentions, and they came from different parts of the nation. We have Yorubas, we have Igbos, we have Ichekiri, we have, Fulani, we have every part of the country. We have these people who came together to work together to form Nigeria. Today, a lot of Nigerians who don't understand what went on, when they talk about the problem of Nigeria, they are looking for somebody to blame. Who are we going to blame? Oh, we start with Lord Lugard. We're going to blame Lord Lugard. Why? Because he amalgamated Nigeria together. Okay? Yeah, okay. But these people often forget that they were Nigerians from all over Nigeria, south, north, east, everybody that worked together to ensure that the amalgamation was done, it was done. Of course, there are people who did not agree with it, but the majority agree with the process. They started it up, and Nigeria was formed at the end. So when Nigeria was formed, then it was now time to make it work. By the time Nigeria was formed, we have what we call the founding documents. What really, like in America, we have the American, founding documents, ideas, and most of it are just ideas, philosophy of what a country should be. So in Nigeria, we have these great ideas, the philosophy of what the country should be. For example, if you take a look at our national pledge, then this is what you will read that some of these guys wrote down. They said, I pledge Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity, and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. This is a very powerful document. This document is like the founding document, like the Americans have the Bill of Rights and all these things. This is not constitution. People keep talking about, oh, we need to change the constitution in Nigeria. We need to change the constitution in Nigeria. No, that is not the problem. The problem is that the constitution is a secondary level issue. The first level is the foundation of the country. The foundation of Nigeria was established on some basic tenets. And this tenet, one of these tenets is the Nigeria pledge. And you read, I have highlighted on the screen here, very key words that you need to remember during the course of this conversation. Faithful, loyal, honest, serve, which is for service, unity, honor, and glory. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. Very, very important. These 7 words are very important keywords. These were the keywords that were enshrined into our national pledge. And it was not just the idea that people should say these words, just say it, without understanding the meaning, or just say it without feeling it from the bottom of their heart, from their guts, to really want to do something and behave according to these words. For example, be faithful. It's not only to be faithful to the nation, but to be faithful to your spouse, to be faithful to your boss, to be faithful to your colleague, to be faithful to your teachers, to your lecturer, to your, if you are a pastor, to be faithful to the people that are following you in the church. This is I mean, that is just faith, to be faithful. And then loyal, then that is another word again, loyal. So what do we mean to be loyal? And then we have honest, to serve. So just let's just leave this one like this. But you understand what I'm saying? This is a Nigerian document. This is not a document that was created by the Americans. This is not a document that was created by the British. This is not a document that was created by any other people in the world. This is a Nigerian document that is created by Nigerians, that Nigerians use daily. And yet, people don't understand that this is a very important document, which is the first tenet of a nation. We are not talking about the Constitution yet. This is where it starts. Because people who are not faithful, loyal, honest, and want to serve their nation, and want to uphold unity, honor, and glory, they can never write a good constitution. Okay? Have that in mind. Now, so the next one, this is the Nigerian national anthem. Okay? In Nigeria, some people will say national item. It's not item, or it is anthem. Okay? It's anthem, national anthem. Now, the national anthem of Nigeria is, the first word is arise. And this is where the Pa Benedict came. This song, this whole stuff was written by Pa Benedict. Okay? It's an Asian man. He wrote the whole damn thing. So this was written by, Pa Benedict. And he's a arise, O compatriots. Okay? See, the arise, I put it in a bold letter because that was supposed to ginger a nation. I remember after the independence, I was, I was not there then because I'm not that old, during the independence. But after the independence, the British were saying that Nigeria was the giant of Africa that was arising. They could feel Nigeria want to pop up, want to arise like an elephant, but it never did. And this song, the first word, arise, that was a command for Nigeria and the citizens to arise, but they never did. It is funny, isn't it? They never did. So the first one is arise, O compatriots. This was by 1978. It was not written in 1960. It was written in 78. I was going to tell you another story about that. So arise, O compatriots. And then Nigeria called obey the call of the nation, which is the first thing is to arise. That is the first call, arise and obey. So it goes back again. You arise and then obey the call. What was the first call? To arise. People never obey that call. So then he went on to say, to serve our fatherland. So we want to serve, service. Remember, the same word service you find back in the pledge. Service. With love, so when you are doing that serve, when you are doing that service, you are going to be doing it with love, love, with strength, and with faith. Okay, so you are going to serve the nation, serve people of the country, serve the citizens of the country in any capacity you have, with love, with strength, and with faith. Okay, so that the labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. And who are these heroes? They were people who died for Nigeria. So they were the heroes, people who fought hard for independence, people who, even in the Civil War, people who fought to put Nigeria together, people who, the Biafra who died, over 2 million people. These are our heroes. They are heroes of the nation's past. Okay, so we were supposed to serve in love, strength, and faith, so that the labor of these heroes would never be in vain. Okay, and then it went on to say, to serve with heart and mind. When you want to serve with heart and mind, it means it has to come from the bottom of your heart. You don't need to be bribed to do your work. You don't need to be, only you use nepotism to do your work. You don't need to use tribalism to do your work. You do your work from your heart when serving the nation, from your heart. It is not only serving the nation. When you're working for a boss, when you are doing anything, it has to be from your heart and mind. Okay, so you use all your strength to do it. So if everybody is still watching, let me know. I saw a message that video interrupted. I don't know if that is true. So if you are still seeing me, I have it here, and the monitor is saying that I'm still live, so it's okay. So I just go on. Please give a feedback if you're hearing me as well. And I don't want my sound to go out because it's very important. And then he went on to say, one nation. He went on to say, to serve with one heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, one nation bound in freedom, peace, and unity. That is our song, one nation bound in freedom, in peace, and in unity. Okay? O God of creation, direct our noble course. Guide our leaders right. Help our youth the truth to know. Now, the word there again is truth. They help our leaders, first of all, to do the right thing, and then help our youth to know the truth. Today, what is wrong with our youths? Our youths are totally screwed up. Okay? So again, and then he said, in love and in honesty, to grow. So there's another two key words there, love. And again, what is in the Bible? Love the neighbor as the self. Honesty. And live in just and truth. Basically, just and truth means justice. We want to have a nation that is founded upon two tenets. It is of justice and of truth. Great lofty heights attain to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Okay? This is a great song, isn't it? I read the Nigerian national anthem, and then I read the American national anthem. I mean, it's totally different. Our Nigerian national anthem is just amazing. I mean, I love it. It just beat the American national anthem. The American national anthem is talking about war, about glory, about this, about standing up. In the Nigerian national anthem is very focused on very strong basic tenets of humanity. It is a great foundation to build a nation upon. It is mind-boggling. Okay. The only problem is that nobody does it. People sing the song. They just say, "Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria obey." And then they will play that song, and then it's over. Okay. People don't sit down to analyze it and say, "Look, man, let's sit down and take a look at our national anthem and see, what can we learn from it as a people? Why was the song written in the first place? What was the idea behind it? This was the good old days. This song was written by a policeman. It was written by a policeman with a Nigerian police band. Can you imagine a policeman writing such a poetic song today with a lot of deep meanings for a nation? But that was how it was then. Okay, so now we're going to go on, but I'm going to tell you something. Before this song came out, there was another one. There was another one that was written before. This one, Nigeria AD. I think if you are old enough, you must have sung this one at school. Nigeria, we hate thee. This was written by Lillian Jean Williams, a British expatriate. After the amalgamation of Nigeria, and so one thing led to another. They said, okay, we need a national anthem, and they called this British girl to write it. She was very young then, so she wrote the song, but it was not as brilliant as the one Pa Benedict wrote. I'm sorry, I have to laugh. Okay, but if you look at this song, there are still some elements that came up there, like Nigeria we hate thee, like our own dear nation land, native land, our dear native land is our land. Let's hold it there. It was still there, though tribe and tongues may differ. Nigerians had trouble with that word tribe. So why must you call us tribe? We don't like word tribe. So look at the red ones I marked there. Brotherhood we stand, pride and service, truth, justice, peace. Let's build a nation where no one is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria will bless. This was the song. That was the first one. And then Nigerians didn't like it. They said, in Nigeria, if Nigeria is not moving ahead, then people will say, okay, what do we change now? People will say, okay, let's change the national anthem. That is the problem of the national anthem. Because it was written by a British woman, that's the problem. If it was our people that wrote it, it wouldn't have been a problem. Nigeria would have developed by now. So you know what we're going to do? Let's change the national anthem. So we went, that is why, because it didn't like, especially that word that is marked in green, that sent that phrase, tribe and tongue may differ. That is something that a lot of people did not appreciate. Okay. Okay, I hope everything is okay. But so we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward. I hope that my video transmission is working fine. So we're going to move forward. I'm getting feedback that it is working fine. Okay, so we're going to move forward. Now, there is another thing in Nigeria they call the Nigerian national symbol. You see, remember the conversation that we are having right now is the fact that, look, Nigeria was set up by the founding fathers. You may not like it, you may think it is otherwise, but Nigeria is actually a country that some people thought about, because a lot of people today, especially the young, very young people in their 20s, they don't understand that people actually thought about this nation. It was not just brought to, not just a coincidence that it happened. People thought about it and they felt that this was the best way to put it together at that time. The problem is that after that time, nobody ever worked on the nation again. That's the problem of Nigeria. Nobody ever worked on the nation again. Because if you look at our Nigerian national symbol, like just look at this, coat of arms, for example, you'll be amazed the secret that is here. Let me just take you through, okay? You'll be amazed the secret that is here. But first of all, these are, apart from our national anthem and our pledge, we're talk about two things. National anthem, we talked about the pledge. Now, we have our eagle, which is also a national symbol, okay? We have our eagle, we have the coat of arms, we have the flag of Nigeria, which everybody knows, the green, white, and green. And then we have the flower. I think most people don't know that. We have the motto, which is the unity, peace, faith, peace, and progress. Okay, so let's start with analysis of the flag. The Nigerian flag, which everybody knows, I'll say everybody go carry flag. Everybody knows what the color of the flag. The flag of Nigeria was designed in 1959, and they officially hosted 1st October 1960. Everybody knows what that day means. The stripe represent, the green stripe represent Nigerians' wealth. So people don't understand the green stripe. What do you mean now? Why we want green? They think that the green belongs to, some people say the north is for the one green, the middle, and then the south is another green. That's not what it is. I mean, people have different stories, but the truth of the matter is that the Nigerian flag, the green stripe, symbolizes the natural wealth of the country, the natural wealth of the country, while the white band represents peace. Again, peace, peace, peace. So now, what this flag is supposed to do with people is that when Nigerians see this flag, they will recognize two things. One, that Nigeria is wealthy. We have great natural wealth, and therefore we have to make use of the wealth, period. We have to go into the nature, get the wealth out, use it to develop our nation. That is what it should trigger. It's not just putting the words there, say, okay, I want one. Put green, call them natural wealth. The other side, put white. The white means peace. Okay, go swam. Maybe we hang on there. That's not what it is. It means something. It symbolizes something. Okay, and the symbols, with the meaning of the symbol, that is the fundamental of a nation. That is how a nation, Nigerian nation, was set up. People thought about this in 1959 already. People thought about this, and they put it together. But the thing is that nobody worked on it after then. Okay, so that is why we have the problems that we have. So remember, on the top of the coat of arms, we have the eagle. This is the almighty eagle. Okay, this is the bald eagle in America. I love this eagle very much, so that's why I put this one here. The one in Nigeria doesn't have a bald head. The eagle symbolizes the strength and pride of Nigeria. Eagle is strong. It can dive down 200 meters and pick up something and still go back again to the sky. That requires a lot of energy to make that dive and take off. That is strength, pride. And the eagle symbolizes these two things for Nigeria. Okay. Remember that word pride came out before. That word strength, to serve Nigeria with all my strength. Okay. So what I'm going to try to say to you is that what I want to teach you today is that the people who were putting these things together, they were thinking. They were not just putting some nonsense together. They were thinking about what they were putting together. The people that were doing this job, they took the time to do it. Okay, and they were trying to build a nation with very specific, to create fundamentals, to create, a solid foundation upon which a nation can be built. Okay, so now apparently you know of the horse. Okay, you have the coat of arms. You have the two horses, the two white horses opposite, and standing there. The horse symbolizes freedom. Freedom. Okay, and this freedom is what everybody yearns. It's what people don't have in Nigeria today. That people say, oh, we want to have freedom. We want to have freedom. We are tired of political intimidation. We are tired of this. We're tired of that. Nigeria has never actually have freedom. Okay? A country where people were not afraid of their lives. And so now you have governments that are intimidating people, that are usurping the rights of their citizens. They are killing their own people. Even when Sani Abacha was there and all these guys were there, they were sitting behind the coat of arms and they were doing a lot of bad things. But without any of them actually looking back and say, look, oh, this thing that is behind our head, what does it mean? This kind of horse, when I go put there, what is the meaning of this horse? Why is it there? Because if they have asked, then somebody would tell them and say, look, oh, this horse symbolizes freedom. So if you don't want to be the champion of freedom, then you need to replace the horse from the coat of arms, because the coat of arms, the horse stands for freedom. It's like in the United States, we have the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty stands for liberty. Give me the poor, give me the sick, give me, we take care of the poor people. That was how it used to be. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is the Costus spectabilis. This is the flower. If you look at the coat of arms, under on the floor, you have this grass field, and then you have this flower on it. The Costus, a lot of people argue that and say, look, because let me show you. This is a flower you have. This is how it is in the coat of arms. I think everybody can see this picture very well. So under the picture, you have this grass, which is signify the green field. Okay, the green field, and then you have this flower on top of it. So Nigerians said, some people said it's Costus, that the people who drew that coat of arms, they drew the wrong color. I don't think they use the wrong color, and I think there's also an erroneous information because Costus, there are different types, a different type of Costus. So, but the one that is used in our coat of arms is actually red. That is, but it can, when it opens, the flower can be yellow. So there are different colors of flowers that can come out of it, but there are red ones. They are red ones, and these red ones. But for a lot of people, they said, oh, the one that was supposed to be there was the Costus spectabilis. The spectabilis is the yellow one. And this yellow one, it symbolizes a trumpet. okay, symbolizing the trumpet, which is with the symbol of the beauty of the nation, the beauty of Nigeria. That is what the cactus spectabilis stand for. However, in my opinion, I think that the cactus that was used is the red one, and they are red ones, and it can also bloom into yellow or different types of flowers. So, but it doesn't really matter. This cactus is available in Nigeria. It's a very beautiful flower, but extremely hard to find today because, you know, like every other thing we do, we kill them, we destroy it. So because people don't understand the significance of these flowers, so they don't know that it is our national symbol. They don't know it's in our national, is a part of our national symbol. So therefore, they destroy it, like every other thing. So a country like Nigeria is supposed to be, you know, having this flower everywhere. And the reason why they put it there, the cactus is a medicinal, it's a healing flower. It's a plant that they use for different type of medicine. So it heals a nation. It is it can cure asthma, can cure a stomach problem, can cure different types of illness. And because of that, because it's a very powerful medicine, and it heals, it's a healing plant. That was why the people who created the coat of arms put the cactus there as a part of our national symbol. Okay, so therefore, the motto of our nation, the national motto, is unity and faith, peace and progress. So there are two sets of words. One set is unity and faith. The next set is peace and progress. Okay. So this were introduced in 1978 because before then we all just have peace, unity, and freedom. But you know, like always in Nigeria, if you are having problem, you say, what is the problem? Or is it we are not getting along? Or the Yorubas are angry, the Igbos are angry, the Hausa are angry, we're not getting along. And somebody say, okay, how do we solve that problem now? I say, let's change our national motto because that is the problem. So somebody say, okay, which one, what is our old one? They say peace, unity, and freedom. Say, okay, let's change it to unity and faith, peace and progress. Well, let's put progress to it now. That should, then let's remove the freedom. Okay, so that is how we solve problems in Nigeria. And that was simply, and then somebody, and I think, okay, what is wrong with peace, unity? Oh, somebody thought we have to make it now unity and faith, peace and progress, because we didn't have progress in Nigeria. Somebody discovered that there were no progress being made in Nigeria. So therefore, let's remove the word freedom and put progress there, you know, and then and faith. So that should solve the problem. So again, we just change something, put some new words, remove some old words, and then just say, okay, guys, it don't do, live on like that. Okay, so that is the basic problem. So now when we go back to the coat of arms, this one, okay, you see this picture, go back to this picture, then you will see this one. Then when you put it all together, then you start saying how the nation was formed. The nation was formed based on unity, faith, peace, and progress. We have the shield. The shield, you see the two horses that symbolizes freedom, they are holding the shield. Okay, the shield, people don't realize that is a shield. That shield there's a white lines in between, like a Y, and that stands for River Niger and for the River Benue. And the shield is supposed to shield the nation against oppressors, against foreign powers, and against different things. And then the blackness, after you have the Y shape of the River Niger and River Benue, then you have the black part of the shield that stands for the fertility of the soil, because black soil is often seen as very fertile. And that is what the blackness stands for. And then you have the almighty eagle that is on top of the shield, and the almighty eagle stands for, strength, agility, and and power. Okay, so now the shield, the horses, they are standing on the soil, the green fertile land of Nigeria that has this costus flower, which is a healing flower that's supposed to heal the nation. Now, this is Nigeria. And then we now have unity and faith, peace and progress. This is Nigeria. This is how Nigeria was formed. And then this man, Pa Benedict Odiashe, he put the national anthem together in a very powerful song, and he was able to bring out the words that we supposed to be using to build up a powerful nation. So we have the pledge, we have the national anthem, we have the symbols, we have the flag of Nigeria, we have the eagle, we have the horse, we have the costus spectabilis, okay? And then we have the national motto. So this is a nation. This is like very brilliant people going to sit down and put things together and say, okay, this is how we want what this nation has to be like. Okay, we're going to put it together. Now, after it was put together, everybody went on Christmas holiday, like they are doing now in Imo State. Everybody just went away. Basically, in Nigeria, nobody has come together to say, okay, look, all these things that is a part of our national symbols, how are we going to use it to develop our nation? How are we going to use it to develop our people? So nobody did that. So what happened is that people came again and people said, oh, you know what? Nigeria is not working because it is too big and the power is in one place. So we want to restructure it. That is what should make Nigeria work. I didn't talk about restructure for, all the time there was this Biafra movement, and I didn't talk about restructure. Somebody actually wrote me and said, why are you not talking about Biafra and restructuring? I said, look, there are two different things here. I said, you have Biafra, they are people, and there is an ideology, okay? It's like telling me, why don't I talk about Asian people? Okay, so I didn't talk about the Biafra, didn't talk about, most of my friends are Igbos. And I said, because anything I say right now is just going to fall into the crack, a lot of people shouting at each other and nobody's going to listen and so forth. The reason I didn't talk about restructuring is because what Nigeria needs is not restructuring. What Nigeria needs is the transformation of the mind, because the average Nigerian is sick. His mind is sick. Now, why do I say the average Nigerian is sick? If you look at the value of Nigeria, this is the value of the nation. If you look at the documents of this nation, that this nation is based on, of the founders. You look at the national anthem, you look at the pledge, you look at the coat of arms, you look at all the Nigeria symbols. If you put all together, this is the value system, the national values that are in those things: service, love, strength, faith, freedom, peace, unity, truth, honesty, justice, peace, loyalty, honor, glory. Now you tell me, a nation that is founded on these national values, a nation that's really founded on this national value, you tell me what on earth can stop that nation from developing? What on earth can prevent that nation from being the best nation on earth? If anybody can tell me that, let them give me an answer. That a nation that is founded on service, dignity of labor, to work hard, love your neighbor as yourself, strength, full power, like you have been drinking Red Bull, to work, serious work. Not 18 days Christmas holidays. Faith in yourself, faith in your nation, faith in doing what is right. Freedom to explode, freedom to ride, freedom to speech, freedom to work hard and take care of your family, freedom of expression. A nation that is built on peace among each other, between the tribes, between the tongues, between the different people. A nation that is built on unity, truth. You tell me the truth, I tell you the truth. Pastor tell the church the truth. The imam tell the mosque the truth. Government tells the people the truth. The people tell the truth to each other. Honesty. The country that is founded on basic tenets of honesty, that you are able to be honest, do business together as a people. Justice, that you can get justice. If something goes wrong, you go to the court and you are able to get justice from the courts. Peace, the right to live in peace. If you don't bother somebody, let nobody bother you. Loyalty, that you can be sure that people are loyal to you and that you are loyal to other people. That the people who are working for the nation, the civil servants, are loyal to the nation, and that the legislature, the governors, and the president, and all these people, the politicians, are loyal to their nations and loyal to the people who elected them there. Honor, to have honor. In Nigeria today, we don't have men of honor. People say they are men of honor, but there is no men of honor in Nigeria. That's just the truth. Glory is something we never heard of before. That one is an alien concept. So now, just look at all these things. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 national values here that I didn't make them up. Okay? I did not make them up. These values, you can find them back here. Most of these values, you can find them back at the Nigerian national anthem. To serve with love, strength, faith, labor serve with heart and mind, bound in freedom, peace, unity, truth, love, honesty. Peace and justice. So now, this is the problem that I have with some people in Nigeria. Some people are what I'm saying is that, look, the way we changed the national anthem, because the one Lillian wrote, that was not, Nigeria was not working, so we had to change that one. So Pa Benedict wrote a new one, okay? So we changed from the one that Lillian Jane William wrote, and then went to the one written by Pa Benedict, that is this one. Why? Because Nigeria was not working. Because if we just change the national anthem, then Nigeria should work. Okay. So the same reason we changed the coat of arms. We changed the coat of arms from peace, unity, and freedom to unity and faith, peace and progress, because the first one was not working. It not work. So because of that, let's change it. But not that we did anything to make it work. The first one, we didn't do anything to make it work. So we changed it to another one. We're still not doing anything to make it work. So now, some people are saying that, oh, you know what? Restructuring, that is going to solve the problem. When we restructure the country, it will just start flying. Everything will just start moving. But the same people who are not clamoring for restructuring of Nigeria, they don't have any of these quality in mind. These people, like today, the honest truth of it is that Imo State has 18 days holiday. Imo State is going on an 18 days holiday. Where is the service there? Okay, where is this? Where is the strength? People, where is the strength? People are not working. People should get back to work on an 18 days holiday. So now people who don't know how to serve, don't have love, don't use their strength for anything that it has to do with the nation, has no faith. They don't want other person to have freedom. No, they don't preach peace. They want to have violence. No unity, no truth. Truth. Nigerian man tell you the truth. They say, no, Nigerian man, they talk true. You know that. I know that. Everybody, what is the common sentence among Nigerians? Say, they hear truth for Nigerian man mouth. And the women also. Now the children are included. Honesty. There's also a saying that Nigerian people are not honest. I didn't make it up. Justice. If you think you have justice in Nigeria, good luck. Peace, loyalty doesn't exist. Honor and glory. So now you have a nation, a group of people not be able to do one thing right from the 14th things that was established in their country, the established for the establishment of their country. 14 values that the nation supposed to be pursuing from day one. So when Nigeria became independent, that very day, there's this core values that Nigeria should have been pursuing since that day. Gone. That means Nigeria must have to inculcate this thing in their children. They have to set up schools, add this to their curriculum, add this to their way of doing things, add this to their slogan. Everything they do in Nigeria, all these core values supposed to be inside. Now, people are saying to me, look, all these things that were there that we didn't even try at all, nobody did it to, whether you were an Igbo or you were Yoruba or you were Hausa, you were a Fulani, you were a Doma, you were a Shekirima, you were a Yoruba man, doesn't matter what part of Nigeria you came from. Nobody gave it a try at all. That's the true story. Nobody gave it a try at all to create a value, to work on these values. And you know what? most of the developed countries of the world today, especially the European countries, these same values is what hold them together as a people. Most of these values, truth, honesty, justice, peace, loyalty, honor, glory, this is what is holding these nations together in Europe. This is what holds America together. Most successful nations are held together by these core values. So now, these are the nations today that Nigerians are now dying to go on, cross the sea, cross the desert, one go Italy, one go there. Why? Because they have love, they have freedom, they have peace, they have justice, they have loyalty, they have honesty. But this same quality, these same national values, they are enshrined in our national documents, in our national flag, national anthem, national, our logos, our slogans, our everything. And all these values are enshrined there. But guess what? Nobody has worked on it. Any government that came to Nigeria has never said, oh, you know what? Let's go, let's dust that up. Let's see what it means. You, Chika, tell us what that one means, so that we know how to work on it. Nobody has come up and said, look, this national anthem that Odiase wrote, who knows what it means? Let's analyze this national anthem. Let's see the step-by-step action plans that we can do to increase the service, the love of the nation, the strength, the faith, the freedom, the peace, the unity, truth, honesty, justice, peace, loyalty, honor, and glory. So now, some young people are telling me, oh, you know what, we need to restructure the country. And then there are some politicians who want to be popular, and then they say, yeah, we agree with you, let's restructure. I have nothing against restructuring. You can restructure all you want. But what I'm saying is that restructuring is not going to solve a damn thing, because that was never the problem, and that is not going to be the problem, because the problem is the fact that hear the words and they don't read meanings to it. And these words don't mean anything to Nigerians. So when you look at these words, the Nigerian national values that are enshrined in the Nigerian founding document, that are enshrined in the symbols, in the national anthem, and all these things, Nigerians don't care what they mean. They say that people sing the song. There will be a competition. Say, hey, do you think Saraki can sing the national anthem? I don't think he can sing it. Oh, he cannot sing it. That is the type of conversation that you hear in Nigeria. But Nigeria is a country where you have so-called educated people. People really, you have PhD in something. They say the man is educated, and people will be having very ridiculous conversation about things like this. That hey, do you think the vice president can sing the national anthem? Do you think this one can raise the flag? I don't think. I think it's misread. It is not about the ability to recite it. That's not what it's all about. It is about inculcating it into your heart, that it starts to drive you as a driving force in everything you do, in your daily activities. When you work, you put in your best to achieve the best possible service, to provide the best possible service, that you love your neighbor, as I've said. When the Bible said that half of Christians, Nigerians are Christians, the Bible said love your neighbor as themselves. But the crime rate in Nigeria, the lack of help for one another in Nigeria, the lack of, just name it, it's like a wild west. Where is the strength? People are lazy. People say, yeah, they work hard, but they want to work hard for themselves. But what people don't realize is that, look, when you are working hard for yourself alone, one man is not an island. It's never going to work until a nation comes together, put the strength together and leverage and make that work. It's like, look, if you are pushing the car, you alone can spend a whole day to push it for 1 kilometer, and you may never get there. If you have 10 people to join you to push the car, some will be pushing it, some will be pulling it, In 5 minutes, you are done, and everybody go about their own business. That is what we call leverage. It's the power of leverage. And that is one thing Nigerians don't understand, that look, to build a nation, you need leverage. You need to leverage the power of everybody. The government people don't understand. The ordinary people don't understand. Nobody understands this concept. And that's why Nigeria is in a mess. Cut it into 1,000 places. Go cut Biafra command, cut Duduwa command, cut all the other people command. The experience I've had with all tribal groups in Nigeria, my analysis of every single group of people in Nigeria is that they all lack the basic tenets of humanity. That is, these things that are enshrined in our founding document: service, love, strength, faith, freedom, peace, unity, truth, honesty, justice, peace, loyalty, and honor and glory. And all these things are the things that are missing in our consciousness. You know, they are missing in our consciousness. And as long as these things are missing in our consciousness, there is no, you can go and put two people together in Biafra, they will still not, be able to achieve anything. You put them together in Oduduwa, you put them together anywhere you want. Then what is only going to come up in the future is that they will then look around and say, hey, you know what? I think that it is the other group that is this reason why we didn't succeed. So let's go and fight them. So now you don't have internal skirmishes, you now have civil war. Like that's what is going on in Sudan right now. That is the type of thing you get. So that at a certain moment, people who used to be a tribe in Nigeria, who will now have their own country, and the other people who used to be a tribe and now have their own country, they will now come, because each one has its own military power now. They will attack themselves as, and you have wars. You really have national wars and no longer civil wars. That's what happened. So I hate to disappoint people who expect me to say, oh, you know what, is structuring the matter, or people you say, well, you know what, breaking the country into 2, 3, 4 parts is the answer. No, these are not the answer. It can be a part of the solution if everybody decide that that's what we're going to do. But however, in Nigeria today, you cannot restructure Nigeria without having these national values in your mind, without inculcating these national values in your mind. So that's why I said what Nigeria needs is the transformation of the mind. That is what it needs. After Nigeria has transformed the people's minds, then if they want to restructure, let them start with restructuring. By that time, they have a clean mind. They have a clean mind that have justice, truth, faith, service, strength, love, and all these qualities that were enshrined in our Constitution. It is after that are enshrined in our founding documents. It is only after that people have all these qualities enshrined in them. It is only those people that are capable of ever restructuring or doing any other thing to the structure of Nigeria to make it successful. Other than that, any tinkling with the Nigerian system today is only going to destroy it the more. Because even the luck Nigeria has right now is this, that those who created Nigeria, who did something with it, with the structure of Nigeria years back, they were not even as bad as the people who are there today. Or they are not even as bad as the young ones who are coming up. Or even not the young ones. Today, if you are 50 years old, a 50 years old Nigerian like me, we are failures. Nigeria has failed because a lot of people of my age today who are blaming the government, they don't realize that they are actually the people to be blamed. Because you have people today in their 50s, my age group, who are still blaming the government. But they don't realize that, look, the people who are in government today, these people, they were in their 30s when they took over government. They were in their 30s when they were first part of a national government. So now you have a 50 years old man, a 55 years old man, still blaming these people and say, oh, you know what, they don't want to leave. And they you know, when will the young people take over? Because a typical 50 years old Nigerian still call himself a youth. You know, you ain't no youth. So now you old today, now you hear somebody like Buhari was in his 27 years or was 30. Gowon was 30, 32. Idi Agbon was, I think, Diagmo was 30, maybe 36 when he was, you know, assistant to Buhari, maybe even younger, I don't remember. But all these guys were very young men when they took over power. So now you have people in Nigeria who are in their 30s, 30, 35, 37. They are blaming the government. The government's photo. I said, come on. When these guys were your mates, they were the government. Now, you're not doing anything to be in government, to take over the government, and you keep blaming other people. So, but guess what? You have people who are 5 years old, 10 years old. Guess who are their parents? If you are a 5 years old today, chances are that your father is 35 years old. Chances are your father is 40 years old. So now try to imagine yourself when you were a kid and you look forward to your father, and you know, very soon you start blaming your father. Where on that day when we they suffer? Where on that day when why not we take over power? So this is what is happening with this young generation. They are coming, they are only 5, 10 years old, but their parents are 35, 40 years old. Their parents are blaming other people. They are blaming their fathers. So when you are 35 years old, you blame your father. Okay, probably your father is, give or take, 20 years, 25 years older than you are. So he's maybe 55, 60 years old. So it was his fault. And now the guy who is 55, 60 years old is blaming the Buhari and all the other guys. It's their fault. They don't want to leave. So everybody keep blaming each other. But here I am today to say, look, if you are over 50 today, like me, you have no right to blame anybody anymore. It is your fault now. Officially, the problem of Nigeria is the fault of people who are above 50. I am above 50. I'm a part of the problem. You see, so I don't want to see people who are over 50 walking around blaming Buhari, blaming this, blaming APC, blaming. Where were you when things became this bad? And why are you not doing something today to build something up for the generation that is coming? To inculcate into their heart service, love, strength, faith, freedom, and all these, qualities of national values that we ensure that if they follow it, that they can be better people, that your grandchildren will not suffer, that we'll be able to have a better nation. Somebody has to be the hero one day. So, my people, that is it. So it is not, you can restructure all you want, and it's not going to help anything, because the basic value, what any restructured document we tell you, is not going to be different from what we already have. It's not going to be different from what we already have. Is if you create a Duduwa today, you're going to come up with the national anthem. Okay? So now, and I really want to challenge people here. People, I have nothing against any group, but if you are a Biafra and you say, okay, you tell me what are the core values of Biafra. Tell me, what are the core values of Biafra? So let's get this out of the way. The national anthem of Biafra, what does it stand for? What are the key values in it? And how? Where is the plan? Where is the plan to say, okay, look, when we implement these values, and there is a way we can implement it, and when we do it like that, it's going to create a great new nation. I want to see that document. I want somebody to explain it to me. Everybody know where to find me. Let's have a proper conversation. The same thing with Oduduwa. If you are a Oduduwa, where is your founding document? And if you have the founding document, what are the core, values in those founding documents? And how do you intend to implement them so that your Oduduwa is now become better than Nigeria? Because this founding fundamentals is how a nation is built. And any nation that is not built on this type of core value will never succeed. It's just blowing air. And it's not just writing it down, it's actually going from place to place, teaching people how that works. When you talk about service, how do we put service? How do we incorporate that into our school system, into our service industry, into our work habit? When do we get out of bed in the morning? When is the punctuality for work? When do we close in the day? How do we behave in traffic? This is all core to the bones of nation building. It's not just saying it. So if you were from Arewa, you were Arewa youth, it's the same challenge. Show me your core values. Show me your Arewa national anthem. Show me the fundamentals of nation building that you have there, as strong as the Nigerian fundamentals, as strong as the fundamentals in the Nigerian system. And then tell me how you want to build that, how you want to create that. Then, while we're at it, I also like to challenge every single individual in Nigeria to educate me on these different people and say, look, let's take the of each of these group. We have Arewa, we have Biafra, we have the Oduduwa. Any other small group that want to be a part of the story, they can come up. So let's take their coat of arms and let's analyze it. If they have, let's analyze it and say, okay, look, these are the qualities of these people. These are the fundamentals. This is the fundamentals and of which these nations have to be built upon. Okay, so let's work on all this thing. Now the question is, after we've done all that exercise, we now know, okay, these are the fundamentals of how these nations intend to build up themselves. Then the question is, what in heaven's name stopped these people in the past 57 years from doing that in their location today? What stopped people for creating love, peace, strength, service, unity in their areas today? What stopped everybody from applying the same qualities that are enshrined in the Nigerian national anthem in their own lives? I cannot remember somebody carrying a gun and going to Imo State, put a gun in people's head and say, look, I don't want you to love your neighbor. If you do it, I'm going to shoot you. Or say, I don't want you to have strength. Or I don't want you to have peace. Or I don't want you to be honest. If you follow anything here in the Nigerian national anthem, I will beat you well. Did that ever happen? So why didn't the people look at it and say, hey, these are good values. Let's implement these values in our society so that we can have a better, we can care for our people. And the same analogy goes with the Oduduwa people. So my question to Oduduwa, and the same question goes to the Arewa, any other group at all, I hear they are doing a Bender movement also. They were doing it, all these things are all with that way. But look, do these people actually know that these things exist? And do they realize that this is how a nation is built? A nation is not just built on talk. A nation is built from the heart of the people. And a nation is not just built on, I say, oh, we go and demonstrate and cut out a piece of land for us, our own beliefs. That's not a nation. That's not even a tribe. A nation is built based on core values. Based on core values. And I've not seen any single group in Nigeria that is able to come out to me and say, these are our core values. And these values, when we implement them like this and this and this and this, we will be a great nation. It's all sentiments. And I don't blame anybody because the country where they grew up, Nigeria, is all based on sentiments. Everything is done on sentiments. People, that is why we are in this stage. Nobody has, no minister, no government, nobody has ever, since the inception of Nigeria, made it a duty that we are going to implement in our national life, in all aspects of life in Nigeria, the fundamental principles that are in our founding documents, our pledge, our national anthem, our symbols. So let's implement this. And trust me, like I said, to round up, I cannot imagine any country in this world that will implement the Nigerian national anthem core values that are recorded in the Nigerian founding documents that will not be the greatest nation on earth. The reason that Nigeria is not a successful nation, in fact, it's a backward nation, is because Nigerians have refused to work on Nigeria and do the needful to implement the fundamentals of national building into their core value system. And that means that they have to incorporate it into their way of life, their schools, their education, their TV shows, their programming, their everything. So when you cannot do that, you have no nation. And when you go with that same mind to restructure, you will restructure into nothing. If you go and divide the country into 10, you will divide the country into 10 nothings. You're always going to have nothings because this does not, I find, to digress a bit, I find Rochas Okorocha a cute governor. I mean, this guy make me laugh. What stopped Rochas Okorocha? Why did Rochas declare, 18 days holidays? Why? Because he doesn't understand, and people who work with him doesn't understand the core value of what is in the national founding documents of Nigeria. That one of those very strong national value is strength. Strength means that when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. That's a song from Billy Ocean, an old song. Go and Google it. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So you don't, when that strength is in your founding document, you don't suddenly turn around and say, okay, I'm gonna go sit down for hours, I'm gonna rest more. No, things are hard. People need to work harder. People need to move harder to get to where they need to go. That's how the United States was built. People basically gave their life for it. That is how Europe was built. That is how Asia is being built today. It's only Africa where we don't have values that are good for national building, and everything is just lying down there. So my people, that's the problem we have. It is not so any other thing, any other politician, you hear politicians tell you stories, it's all stories, because the politicians themselves don't understand what's going on. And until we as citizens start to realize that, okay, we've misfired, or we went off track. We went off road, off track very long time ago, because we wrote some documents, we create an emblem, we create flag, everything, and we just left them there, and we waved them on the football match, and then the people would go and dress in green, white, green. You have green shirt, green, pants, and they put white numbers on the chest, and then they are Nigerian footballers. That's not it, man. That's not it. So, guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much, and I like to thank you guys for listening, and I look forward to the opportunities to be able to work together with some great people to be able to get things done. And I'd like to thank my good friend Dr. Sunday Adelaja for his massive contribution to the development of Nigeria, even when people don't see it. But this man is contributing greatly through his mental capacity, and so coming up with ideas that can be used to build a nation. I also like to ask people politely, be cool, so to help with the $1 campaign for Libya. It is something we are talking about. If you look at our national core value, we talk about we talk about love. Love is a very core part of that. It comes out in our Nigeria motto, love and peace. It comes out in our national anthem, it comes out in our pledge. So this love is a big part of our national entity, or how do you say, it's a core value. But unfortunately we have forgotten that. So we have our people, they are being raped, they are killed, a lot of things are happening to them in Libya, and we just leave them. We say, now they know, So now you try to imagine, Americans having their people in Mexico being treated like our people were being treated in Libya, and see what will happen. But just try to imagine Americans having their people in Kenya, for that matter, very far away from home, treated like that, and see what will happen in Kenya very fast. So, but Nigerians, we can let our people go and die on the road and die in Libya. Children are being raped and everything, and we just don't do anything. We just don't do anything. And then we say, oh, we need to restructure the country, because if we restructure, that should solve the problem. How is restructuring going to solve that fundamental problem? That problem is a flaw in the thinking of our people. It's a mental flaw. Okay, so please, we have to get these funds ready, because we can help build a system that we can help these people, not only the people that went and came back, but to prevent new people from taking that same journey. Every Black person that is humiliated remove something from you as a person. Every single Black person that is humiliated, remove a dignity from some form of dignity from you. You may not notice that, but if you ask yourself, why is it that I'm disrespected at the airport in Europe or America? Why is it that, you know, some white people don't take me seriously? Why is it? If you ask yourself those questions, you have ever asked yourself those questions, then please remember that for every Black person that is humiliated, like we are being humiliated in Libya, that we are being humiliated on the sea, dying on the sea, and no help is coming, it reflects back to you as a person and to me as a person. It reflects back. So if your dignity was 100%, every girl that is raped in Libya, it reduced a little bit. If your dignity was 90%, for every Nigerian that died on a boat that capsized going to Italy, your dignity reduced a bit. Dignity reduced a bit. Until one day, people will look at you and say, they don't know you, they just see the color. Oh, these idiots. I don't mind them. Don't mind them. That's what happened. But Africans don't realize this. Black people don't realize it, that look, for every havoc that we allow to be done to any of us, it is a reflection of who we are. And therefore, it reduces our dignity, the way other people see us. And that's why, so the true story is, if we are trying to raise $1 million, and then after 3 weeks, we have 3,000 pounds, and then we have only 260 people who volunteered to give something, come on, then I think 260 people in this whole world, 260 people, come on, I have more friends than that. I have more friends than that, at least Facebook friends. So, and I think, what is wrong with us? What is wrong with it? Why can't we put hands in a pocket and give $1, give $5, give $10? Look at what the pastors are, the pastor, but when it's time for the pastor, oh yeah, because people will give everything they have to the pastor because they think that they'll get back from the pastor. But that's not love. That is selfishness. That's me, myself, and I. So guys, I don't want to spend the time preaching. I just want to say, look, man, if any of you that is in doubt why Nigeria is in the deep sinkhole as it is today, why Africa is this backward, then please understand that because we all have neglected for too long to do the right thing. Even when we are confronted with it, that this is the right thing, we just still don't do it. That's the problem. Thank you very much for listening. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. See you next time. Thank you.